So right after I upload a video making my return to YouTube saying I'm going to be moving away from Nintendo content, Nintendo goes and releases news like this that I just have to make a video about. Talk about ironic. And by the way, I have decided that I am going to be changing my name to Noah the Nerd so I can, not group myself in a box like Noah the Nintendo Nerd does. But for now, I'm just going to keep Noah the Nintendo Nerd. I'll probably change it after E3. But let's get into this news, because this news they dropped on us yesterday is awesome. Sakurai gave us a mini Smash DLC Direct yesterday morning, and there he announced that Ryu from Street Fighter, everybody knows who Ryu is, one of the most famous fighting characters of all time, is joining Smash Brothers, and he's available now. I have him on my 3DS right now. Holy crap, yes. Yes, Nintendo, yes. Now, unfortunately, this news did leak a day early. I guess some people found it online. They posted like the victory videos that you get after classic mode. So we knew it was coming, but we didn't know how awesome it was going to be. And also, Roy from Fire Emblem was announced from Melee. That's really cool too. I have to say I'm not as excited about that. I feel like Smash Bros. Already has enough Fire Emblem characters, and they really aren't that much different if you ask me. But it's cool to see Roy's back, and Roy was a cool character from Melee. But let's get back to Ryu, because that's the most exciting stuff. He has to be one of the most tactical Smash characters they've made yet, because you can input the different commands from Street Fighter 2 to make his moves more powerful. His Hadouken can be different lengths, different strengths. Oh, it's hard to wrap my mind around it because it's so awesome. He's just going all over the place. He has like 2 different final smashes. He can do a Hadouken and he can do the whatever you call it. Now, I have to mention, I'm not a big Street Fighter person. I just really am excited that the Street Fighter is getting represented in this game. They even have a new Street Fighter stage in Smash Brothers that comes with the Ryu DLC, Suzuka Castle, and it's really awesome. They even got the original sound composer from Street Fighter 2 to make some music for it. And like at the very end of the fight, like when there's like a minute left or like last stock, the music changes to, like the final fight in Street Fighter, which has not been done in the Smash game before. It's really cool stuff, and I'm just so excited about this. I hope this is not the last DLC. If they can just keep this momentum going and releasing characters like this, like third-party characters, I wouldn't even care if they brought Snake back. Now, I know it's very unlikely, but if they did, that would be great. I was starting to think that they were just going to be releasing old Smash characters and bringing them back to the new one, but if they keep bringing new characters like this, this would be amazing. I just think it's so funny that right after I make this video saying I'm moving away from Nintendo, Nintendo releases this news. It just makes me feel like, yes, I'm glad I'm a Nintendo fan. And as expected, right after this thing dropped and they said all of this was available now, the eShop was crashing all over the place. It took me about like 2 hours in order to actually download Ryu. I also can't forget, we already knew it was coming out today, but Lucas has also joined the fight. Mother 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, and even though he's sort of a NES clone, I'm really glad Lucas is back. I've already downloaded him too, and I'm having a lot of fun with him. Speaking of Lucas, I also have to mention that last night, I think it was during the Nintendo World Championships that they were holding. I'm not interested in those. I wasn't watching that. But I saw on Twitter that they are releasing Earthbound 0, finally, on the Virtual Console. I think it's available now. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I'm probably going to download it right after this before Microsoft conference. If you don't know what Earthbound 0 is, it is the first Mother game. It was a Japan exclusive. They were actually porting it to America. It was a finished port for the NES. But they just decided not to release it. They thought it was too late in the NES's life cycle. I think the SNES was already around. So they simply did not release it. But someone found a leaked ROM and uploaded it to the internet years ago, many years ago, renamed as Earthbound 0. And now, at last, they are finally giving us some Mother love. They did it a couple years ago by releasing Earthbound to Virtual Console, but they're bringing it here. Earthbound 0 is available on the Virtual Console, but it's with this new name, Earthbound Beginnings. Not a fan of that name. I'm just going to call it Earthbound 0 because that's a much better name. But I'm still very grateful that Nintendo is giving this to us, and now it just makes it seem like Mother 3 is even more possible for a US release. So that's all I really had to say about the Nintendo news from yesterday. Of course, I still need to talk about all the amazing news that Bethesda dropped on us in their press conference last night. Holy shit, you guys. Fallout 4 looks amazing. I need to make a separate video all about that. That'll be coming soon, but this was more quick and I could get it up fast. But next time you see me, I will be talking about that. And then today, there's tons of conferences. I'm gonna be a little behind. I have to work too, so but I will be covering Microsoft and Sony and probably Ubisoft and EA. But I digress. I'll get more into that later and maybe give more info in the description below. But until next time, you guys, happy E3 and take it easy.